Hey everyone, this is Mavi and welcome back to another hot topic in real estate. Welcome back, G.
Hey Mavi, nice to be back.
So we're gonna talk about FOMO today, guys. Real estate FOMO. Do you want to highlight something?
Mavi, I'm an old guy. What's FOMO?
FOMO, G. We call it fear of missing out.
Okay.
I think now when we take a look at the market, I see just fear of missing out, putting a lot of pressure on first-time home buyers.
I don't think people realize how stressful it is.
Yeah.
You have to come up with a big down payment. It's the biggest decision you've ever made. That's going to be the first time in your life.
No, 100%. And the thing is, like, if you make a mistake in real estate, it's expensive.
It's very expensive.
It's expensive, guys. And that's what we want to talk about today. Obviously, I know the prices are going up. You can't afford, it seems like you can't buy a house in Canada anymore, man.
You had a listing recently, right? Out in London, I believe.
I had a listing last week. I just sold that one. And somebody called me off the sign.
Okay.
And just young couple. He called me actually 15 times during this whole week showings and
I think I know who it was because I was in the room with you on offer date.
Yeah, so actually the thing is, like, I really kind of built up a really good connection with the couple, right? And when they called me, I was like, okay guys, like, he's like, Paji, we really like the house, like we want to buy this house. Like, my wife and I just loved everything, the layout, everything about this house, and we really want to buy this house. I was like, okay. And actually, they were not. When I was talking to them, I kind of realized that I know the market is hot. Like, this house is probably gonna go up, like, for a lot more money. That actually it did.
Can I sorry to interrupt you, Mavi, just to give context to people who are watching. What price point are we talking about here? Under $1 million, over $1 million? I don't want to get too specific because I don't want to give it away.
Yes. So it's obviously it's over $1 million.
Okay.
If you're living in like Ontario, like close to GTA, 2-hour, 3-hour drive, I think anything in detached houses brand new going over $1 million. Doesn't matter you live Toronto. You can even talk about Toronto, but like even London, Windsor, guys. Like,
so we're talking about, guys, just to clarify here, over $1 million, which in Ontario, for those of you that don't know, means a minimum 20% down payment. That means $200,000 minimum down payment.
So brand new couple, like brand new house, new couple. Obviously, if it's going up, more than $1 million, so you have to have 20% down. Doesn't matter. It's your first property, second property, third property, right? If it's over $1 million, you need like 20% down. And then when they were talking to me, I told them, guys, this is gonna go over $1 million. Even over asking price. Yeah. That was like for sure. And then it did. And when I was talking to them, he's like, okay, we can even afford 1.1. Can you get us this deal with the 1.1? Yeah. I was like, guys, I just kind of listed for 1.1. I know it's not going to go for 1.1. It's going to probably go for,
much more than that.
Much more, right? Yeah. And I don't want to like kind of mislead you or anything, but they were like so eager to buy. I could see that fear. It's like, okay, we can I do something? He just called me 10 times.
It's scary, Mavi, because they get caught up in never getting into the market.
Yeah.
And I overheard some of your conversations. I was in the room.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think you could have talked them into buying that house for more than they could afford.
I could have done.
You could have.
I could have done, like, what like when I was talking to them, I kind of realized they are making money, but I mean, like, they were up to neck. If they would go buy this house, they would have no savings whatsoever.
They would be house poor, as we call it.
Yeah, they would be house poor. Like, okay, you buy this big house. So I was talking to them, okay, you buy this big house, and once you close on the property, you don't have any savings. God, touch wood, like, nothing happens. Yeah. But like, if there's an state of emergency, you need some sort of money. Like, where are you gonna get the money?
That, I mean, you want to live your life too. You can't go on vacations now for the next 5-10 years, whatever it is. There's a lot you give up when you overextend yourself.
Yes.
Right.
And the thing is, like, when I was talking to them, I kind of get to know more about like what they do, how much they have, like, you know, how they can afford. I mean, like, look at it, guys. Like, if you're going up to the neck in this market, like, you don't have any sort of saving once you buy this house. God, you know, touch wood, nothing happens. But like, if something happens, you need more money. Like, how are you gonna get the more money?
Yeah.
Like, you already topped up.
No, and that's the hard part. And we haven't even gotten into, you know, you pay a certain price, the bank still needs to value that property.
Yes.
And if the bank doesn't think what you paid is in line with what they perceive as value, then you have to come up with more money. So that's another risk. And it can be nerve-wracking for agents like you and I.
Yeah.
Because we care about our clients. We can't sleep at night.
I can't sleep, man. Like,
You know?
that's what I told him. I was like, okay, brother, like, you gonna buy this house, go for a buy, but I would not recommend to do so.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because end of the day, like, you have down payment of $200,000. You're gonna put your every single dollar into this house, and maybe tomorrow you need like more money. Who you gonna borrow from?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You have a house. Okay, this time the interest rates are low, so maybe you're gonna get like monthly payment $3,000, right?
Yeah.
So let's say tomorrow they increase the interest rates. That 3,000 might go to up to 35 or the 36.
We saw it.
Right?
We did it a couple of weeks ago, right?
And if that happens, how you now at this point in time you see you can afford $3,000 per month, but like maybe you cannot afford $3,600 a month.
Yeah.
So where are you gonna get that $600 every month?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be out there working 7 days just to afford the house, and then you can't even sleep in the house.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even make sense, guys.
No, and I just want to say it's really important. We're not saying don't go out and buy.
Yeah,
That's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
What we're saying is don't let the fear overtake your decision to buy a home. We cannot let that FOMO drive our decision where we're overpaying more than our comfort level. And our job as realtors is to calm things down. We're supposed to take the emotion out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to say I was in the room, guys, when Mavi was talking to this client. He could have double-ended it. What that means is he could have made a double commission. He would have had the buyer and the seller. That would have been in Mavi's best interest. Yeah. His integrity didn't let him do it because that's the type of agent he is. He spent the time to speak to these clients and say, okay, what do you do for a living? How much do you make? How much are you putting down? How much of that is your full life savings?
Yeah.
Right? And after all that, he said, I really want to sell you guys this house, but I can't. I know it's going to go for more.
Yeah.
I think he even said, I can ask my parents or somebody else. I can borrow some money. Yeah. And Mavi said, no, we can't do that. I'm not going to put you in that position.
Yes. So what I recommended him, like, okay, like, don't think they were a family of 4. Yeah. I was like, you don't need 4 bedrooms. Yeah. You need 2 or 3. Or even like if your parents are living with you, then you need like just 2 and then 1 extra room you still have there.
Yeah.
And you might get like a basement in a townhouse or something. If you can manage to buy, okay, your purchase power is like 1.1 that you can buy right now, but like just buy for 800,000. Just buy a townhouse. You'll be in the market.
Yeah.
Right. But like you still have like some savings.
Yeah. No, you have to have money for a rainy day.
Yeah. So I mean, like you still have some money sitting beside. Something happens, then you can use that money, and then you don't have to like sell your life just to pay off the mortgage.
Yeah. No, I think that's really good.
Right.
I've got a similar story that didn't go so well for the buyers.
Oh yeah, I want to hear that story, guys. You should really listen to the story, actually.
So guys, this is what can go wrong when you let FOMO take over.
Yeah.
Okay. These weren't even my clients, Mavi. They were family friends of a good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. They went to another realtor in the family for initial buyer consultation. Mm-hmm. They're new to the country, about a year and a half in Canada. Really nice young couple, hardworking. They had good, decent jobs working at a warehouse facility, and they went and met with their family realtor, who advised them at the time correctly, I'm sorry guys, we need a little bit more credit history.
Yeah.
You're new to the country.
Yeah.
The market is hot. To get something really worthwhile, I think we should wait a little bit.
Yeah.
And they went away. Obviously, they were disappointed with that conversation because they really wanted to own their own home.
Yeah.
Right? They were at a party. And I'm paraphrasing, guys, because this is all secondhand. This is what I've heard. So they were at a party. They met another realtor, right? Everybody knows more than one realtor.
Yeah, exactly.
And this realtor said, hey, I've got mortgage brokers. I've got lenders. I can get you approved for more money. Come work with me. And this young couple was so desperate to have a home. They said, you know what? We're going to go out with this realtor and see what happens. For those of you who don't remember, the summer was still a very hot market. Everything was still multiple offers. Everything was firm.
It's almost like a year and a half.
It's been crazy. And so they bid on a townhome. I'm not going to say where. Firm offer, which means they did not have any due diligence clauses for their financing, which we already know from previous to the story that they probably wouldn't have been able to afford it.
Yeah.
But they had a false promise from an agent, right? They didn't have the opportunity for a home inspection. As first-time buyers, that's probably one of the things that I really want my clients to understand. When you're buying a home, it's not just you get a key to the house.
Yeah.
You got to worry about plumbing. You got to worry about electrical. You got to worry about, is there enough insulation in your attic? There's so many things. And if you're not educated properly, that can add up.
Yeah. And guys, like these plumbings, roof, any sort of maintenance is expensive.
It's expensive.
You'll be looking around like a few $1,000s.
And it can happen at any time. So again,
anytime,
when you put all your life savings into that home, like your clients that you spoke to, and something like that happens,
exactly,
then what do you do, right? So that was two things. And then, they made a firm offer. They won. They were on top of the world. They were like, this is fantastic, our first home. They went to the lender. They got denied.
And that is the same lender. Did they tell you like they spoke to the mortgage broker like beforehand?
They spoke to a mortgage broker beforehand.
Before putting that offer, right?
Before they put it in, and they didn't listen to that mortgage broker's advice. They leaned on their agent, their real estate agent, right? And that's where they made a mistake. But mind you, the real estate agent said, I can get you approved. So then they went to that real estate agent's a mortgage broker or trusted lender. Unfortunately, they couldn't get approved. They went to a B lender, which is a higher interest rate.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other fees involved.
Yep.
They also got denied there. Now they put down what to this point was their life savings as a deposit on this house.
It doesn't matter like if it was 20 grand or like 30 grand or 50 grand. But I mean, guys, like it's your money. It's your hard earned money. Right? Like the one you make for deposit. Like if for God's sake, like you can't close on the property, that money is online. You're gonna lose that money, and plus nobody else is gonna tell you, and they can sue you if you cannot close on the property.
So unfortunately, it's not a happy ending, guys, on this one. When they approached me, they asked, because we've got a large team here, we've got over 200 agents in our office, we thought maybe we might be able to find a buyer for that house to take that contract. So they wouldn't be on the hook and be in this worst case scenario. We tried. We had a couple of our agents take some clients through. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. We then I tried to help out. I had no business to do so, just other than it was my friend's family. And I got on the phone with the realtor, the buying agent and the listing agent. What can we do? These are new couple, right? They made a mistake. They listened to bad advice, unfortunately. And what can we do? So we managed to negotiate with the lawyers. They would unfortunately lose their deposit, but they wouldn't have any other damages. Right. So it was a lot of money, guys. For them, it was more than half of one of their salaries for the year that they lost. And now they're behind the eight ball. Now instead of having waited and getting into the market now, they have to save all that money again.
Yeah.
So now they're 2-3 years out. And, you know, I felt horrible. I had a couple of sleepless nights. I was really trying to help them out here.
Yeah.
And what really, really made me angry was the agent that helped them out stopped taking the phone call. Right? They thought they were going to get their commission. They didn't get paid because they didn't close.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to go that extra mile after and try and save that deal or save these people.
And G, let me ask you, like when they were denied, was it like close to closing date?
So they had I believe it was a 60 to 80 day close when they initially put in the offer.
Yeah.
They went for financing the next day after they dropped off their deposit. They went to talk to the lender. They got denied. They went to 4 different mortgage brokers. We negotiated a 2-week extension to see if we could get somebody else to potentially buy that home in the meantime. It didn't work out. And at the end of it, so out of 90 days of trying to find the money somewhere, we couldn't make it happen. And unfortunately, they lost their deposit. You know, it was, what really makes me angry is it was avoidable.
Yeah, they could have avoided. Now, like at the same time, they lost the money, but now they have to go out there work
twice as hard
to save up some money.
Yeah.
And then
and now in a market that's even more crazy. So,
and I don't know, like then it's hard for any client or like even first time home buyers to trust anybody else.
It is. You know, I will say this, I had nothing to gain here. I got a very nice phone call from the couple after everything had settled down about a month later, and they're on my friends list now.
Yeah.
Right. And the gentleman said to me, "Gee, next time I buy, I'm coming to you." He's like, "Anybody I know who's buying, I'm sending to you." And I said, "I really appreciate that." He said, "No, you don't understand." He goes, "You took time to educate us more than anybody before this entire process. Not only that, you went above and beyond to try and help us when you had nothing to gain."
Yeah.
I wasn't going to make a commission out of it.
Yeah.
So, guys, that's my nature. That's Mavi's nature. We're here to help you guys, whether you're agents and you need coaching or education on a situation.
Sometimes I get angry too when you hear those stories. Like it's just one of the stories, but we have a lot of stories to tell. But I mean, like we don't want to scare you at the same time. But it's really important, guys. Like you working with any agent, like get some proper time. Sit down. Don't keep running. If somebody's taking you out without any consultation, like okay, let's go see house. I think it's a red flag.
That should be a red flag number one.
That should be a red flag. Yeah. Like you have to sit down and then go over every single thing and then just kind of realize like, okay, what was there out in the market for us, right?
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Mavi. We actually just had our buyer presentation training this past week. Guys, a good buyer presentation takes 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? I always tell my clients when I'm meeting with them, I ask, have you met with any other realtors?
Yeah.
You should be asking for references.
Yeah.
Can I speak to your old clients?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? When we go see a doctor, when we hire a plumber, an electrician, we don't just take the first guy off the street to come work on our homes.
Yeah.
Right? So it's very important if you're new to the market.
Yeah.
You need to have references for the people you're going to work with.
No, 100%.
So, was there anything else we had? FOMO? I mean, fear of missing out. Now I know what my kids are always saying.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.